Feel free to have a seat if you like as we take it down a notch. And remember that truly love is my decision. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give up my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, love will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down that road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. But once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. My decision, right here and now.
Good morning. Try to sing with a frog in your throat. Welcome to the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Steve Van Meter, your seniorist of ministers, and it's my honor and privilege to welcome you here this morning. I know you have a lot of places you could be right now, but you found yourself here. You made it. This was your destination, or your spiritual magnet homing device brought you here. Thank you. If you just stumbled in, thank you for making this your place to stumble. And we're going to do what we do every Sunday, which is read our vision mission statement that's up on the screen. And it says, we are an open, loving, spiritual community dedicated to evolving consciousness through teaching spiritual principles. Again, I want to just thank you for making this your destination here this morning. And we have some announcements. I'm going to invite up our board president practitioner, Jamaica Wallace. Jamaica.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, all right. I have just a couple of announcements today. For starters, we are having a raffle for our Asilomar registration. Uh, a week at the beautiful Asilomar grounds for a fabulous retreat. Science of mind, music, interesting presentations, activities, and other great experiences will fill the week. This registration is a $150 value. The dates are July 15th through July 19th, and a room reservation will need to be made at Asilomar. Meals are included, and they are very delicious. Vegetarian options are available. Tickets are going to be $5 each and can be purchased at the bookstore. Tickets will be sold up to and including June 2nd. That's 3 Sundays, so be sure to purchase your tickets. The drawing will take place after the ticket sales after service on Sunday, June the 2nd. All money raised will be going to the roof's new center, the center's new roof, not the roof's new center, the center's new roof. So good luck with that. All right. Guy Young is requesting some assistance, so calling all our care angels. If anybody is interested in assisting Guy, there is a sign-up sheet available on the back counter that you can put your name down, and someone will contact you. Upcoming events. Next Sunday, we will be having our community forum, so please be sure to stay next Sunday after service beginning at 12. And this is just a time where we have opportunity to ask any questions that you have of the board and just give a little update on how our center is doing. And then coming up on June the 1st, our 3rd annual fun fair is coming. It will be Saturday the 1st from 11 to 4. And Rev Steve's band, the Full Moon Project, will be playing. Woohoo! So from 1 to 3, so if you weren't able to make the concert, you can be sure to join them and come out and have some fun and hear them then. We do need some assistance though. We're still looking for some help with the setup and the cleanup. So there is a sign-up sheet on the back counter, or you can contact myself, Rev Steve, or Wendy if you're interested in any of that. We also have our Soul Collage Workshop coming up, and that will be held on Saturday, June the 8th at 12 p.m. There's a sign-up sheet available on the back counter for that. And on Sunday, June the 9th, we are going to be showing a film, In Our Right Minds by Del Allen. This is an award-winning film, and if you're interested, I highly suggest you go onto our e-news and our website, and the trailer is available there to check that out as well. But we will be showing that Sunday, June the 9th at 12 p.m. here at the center, so be sure to stay for that. Ongoing events, we have our metaphysical book study is continuing at 9 a.m. to 9:45, and that is held over in the LEC building. Reverend Steve is facilitating that, and right now they're studying The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. And then directly after that book study, we do have a meditation group the practitioners are holding. It's a silent meditation, and it begins at 9:50 and goes till 10:05. So if you do find that you are joining after the 10:50, please just enter in silence as to not interrupt anybody. And moving on to our flowers, our beautiful flowers today were from Lori. Thank you, Lori. And do we have anybody that's here for the first time? Please raise your hand. We have a gift that we'd like to offer and welcome you. Please be sure. We got Reverend Steve's coming with a gift here for you. Hold your hand up so we can don't lose you in the crowd. There we go. Be sure to stay after and enjoy some refreshments and some fellowship, and we'd love to get to know you a little bit better. And then if anybody has any of those pesky little cell phones or any other devices that make any noises, if you can just put those on silence or just turn them off for a little bit. And that is the end of my announcement, so please stand and we will sing We Are One.
I am you, you are me.
as peace has come, as we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we shall live in harmony as peace has come, as we are one.
Hi, everybody. I'm Janice Garibay, and I'm a licensed practitioner here at the center, and I will be your podium practitioner today. Please join me in reading the gratitude that's on the screen. I am so thankful to be moving from good to great to grand. Yeah, that was well done. Let's see, what is a practitioner and what do we do? Basically, we're the healing arm of the center. And you can read that on a gold form that's in your seat backs. That helps explain what practitioners do. And also we have our names and numbers on there too, I believe. And also, if you have a prayer request, there's a yellow, it looks like this. You can fill out for requests for prayer. And also like to welcome y'all on Zoom, not to forget the Zoom people. And if you have a request, you can fill out one of these and put it in the box that's in the back where Paula's sitting. And also you can fill it out on Grants Pass, csl.org, to do it that way. And we love to pray. We do it like for a week, and then you can submit another one if you want. If you know, you can also share with us your demonstration, because we believe that your prayer will manifest. And when it does, then you fill out one of these blue forms, and we love to celebrate that with you. All right. So today, our table practitioner, she's holding the high watch in the back, and that would be Paula Peterson. And she's another licensed practitioner here. And also, I'd like to know if there's any other practitioners here. You could seek us out for prayer. And we have a lot of us present today. And so if anybody wants a short spiritual mind treatment after the service, just get a hold of one of us, and we'd love to do that with them for you. And let's see. Right now, we're going to read the prayer together, and that would be on the screen. Through self-reflection, I gain awareness of my values, passions, and purpose. My life is aligned with these core aspects of my being. I move beyond any limitations and expand my horizon. Right. So now please remain seated as we sing I Am Love.
I am
have something to share with you that's about our topic, which is moving from good to great to grand. So this week we explore the steps we take in the process of self-actualization, moving from good to great to grand. We will look at some of the things that block us from actualizing our authentic selves and how to transcend into the grandest version of ourselves, allowing us to be a beneficial presence in the world. This process involves aligning thoughts, actions, and intentions in harmony with our authentic selves and activating that expression in our individual and communal experience. Through self-reflection and deep introspection, we gain awareness of our values, passions, and purpose, allowing us to align our lives more fully with these core aspects of our being. Some of the spiritual ideals we aspire to are faith, trust, courage, integrity, vulnerability, humility, love, and compassion. We are encouraged by steadfast commitment, perseverance, and dedication. It is through taking inspired action that we move beyond limitations and expand our unique strengths and talents. Turning into spirit with willingness to be an instrument for spirit's creation, allowing the divine to work through us is one of the highest spiritual ideals in which we aspire to. I am reminded of Ralph Waldo Emerson's quote, which states, "Let us take our bloated nothingness out of the path of the divine circuits." As we release our own desires, we ask Spirit, "What do you want me to do as Spirit?" And sure enough, Spirit provides me with opportunities to cultivate and nurture these beautiful attributes of the divine, including love, kindness, acceptance, peace, and joy. Also, we can give rise to our grandest selves by employing spiritual practices and tools such as spiritual mind treatment, meditation, visualization, visioning, directing the law of mind, and applying spiritual principles for deliberate creation, practicing gratitude, forgiveness, and generosity. These allow us to move beyond good to great to our grandest life with ease and grace. Our ascension is supported by deliberately choosing a grander vision which fosters our spiritual shift from good to great to grand in the self-actualization process by wholeheartedly affirming the truth that life is unfolding for the highest and best good, despite the appearance of the contrary. This takes us from great with glimpses of grand, as we embody the consciousness that is for the welfare and the good of the whole. By practicing virtues such as integrity and deep, authentic, selfless service, we rise in the collective consciousness as a whole. This ideal of consciousness is actualized through intention, mindfulness, meditative awareness, intuition, and prayer in everyday life. This is not an overnight matter. Instead, it is a lifetime journey where the pursuit of alignment, intention, and prayer in everyday life. I said that. Instead, it is a lifetime journey where the pursuit of alignment, intention, and activation becomes a catalyst for our continued evolution. By beginning with each one of us, we create a greater expression of divinity in ourselves and in our community and in the world and beyond. So let's take a moment now and go into the silence for a few minutes now and reflect, and I will mind you. opening your eyes. I'm so grateful for the realization of the truth about our grandness and the way it fosters awareness, growth, and transformation. And not just myself, but in my relationships with others, the community, and the world as a whole. I gratefully accept the awesome invitation to move from great to grand, knowing that with clear intention, engagement, and activation, that our grandest, most authentic self emerges. Now I speak a word of blessing for each and every one of us here today, knowing that this service and time together is blessed. My heart is full of gratitude and love as I release these words into the law of good that says yes. And we affirm this together by saying, and so it is. Now we have some beautiful music. And that's followed by Reverend Steve's wonderful message. Thank you very much.
They say don't step on your own air hose. Back some time ago, but when Bucky got me to go to a spiritual center in Anchorage that she was attending, a minister there by the name of Guy, I got there and he gave this talk, and it was called Living from the Inside Out. And sometimes, you know, you just say, well, that's a chorus. And so this is actually the Never Expecting To, which is how the best things happen. This is the first song I ever wrote for spiritual centers. And it got me into action. So it goes like this. There was a time I realized that I could never win if I defined all that I was from the outside looking in. And though the road goes on forever and the journey seems so far, every day's a destination, and it's perfect where we are when we're living from the inside out. And the world will open up its arms as we open up our hearts and start living from the inside out. I can feel the possibilities of the God in you and the God in me. And we can change this world, I have no doubt. When we're living from the inside out. Oh, living from the inside out. Yeah, living from the inside out. And there was a time I fought the world trying to be free. I never thought the answer was to break those chains inside of me. But the road goes on forever, and the journey seems so long. But every step brings us together, and we stand where we belong. When we're living from the inside out, and the world will open up its hearts as we open up our hearts and start living from the inside out. You can feel the possibilities of the God in you and the God in me. And we can change the world, I have no doubt. When we're living from the inside out.
Sing with us now.
Living from the inside out. Oh,
living from the inside out.
and the light that we've been searching for has been with us all the time. It's a spirit burns inside us. Let it guide us, let it shine. 'Cause there was a time I realized it was not too late. Because the world we visualize is the world that we create, and the road goes on forever, and the journey never ends.
But every day is a
little better when you know the truth, my friends, and start living from the inside out. And the world will open up its arms as we open up our hearts and start living from the inside out. You can feel the possibilities of the God in you and the God in me. And we can change the world, I have no doubt. When we're living from the inside out. Oh, living from the inside out. Yeah, living from the inside out. We'll all be living.
Beautiful. Thank you, Chip and Bucky. Let's hear it again for Chip and Bucky, shall we? So, good morning. Let me just do some cleaning up here so that we can get the Zoom camera. Perfect. How you doing, Zoom? There you are. There you are. We're still trying to figure out. I think we have the sound figured out for Zoom, but now the camera is another thing. But you know, it's a work in progress, just like all of us, aren't we? Aren't we a work in progress? So the theme this month is from good to great to grand. And today is the steps we take. The steps we take, are they baby steps? Are they 2 steps forward and 3 steps back? Or is it 2 steps back and 3 steps forward? That's the only way you're going to move forward. Step work. A guide to recovery, right? Wait, that's a different meeting. The path of self-discovery may be through recovery, but recovery can bring us closer to our authentic expression. And we're all in recovery, if we believe it or not. To move from good to great to grand, we have to realize that we are all in shock. Every day that we wake up, we're like, oh, here I am again. How does my spirit adjust to this day? And I automatically go, and I had to train myself to go into direct prayer. Because I knew that if I didn't align, that I was going to be searching for that alignment all day long. So I go right into alignment. I start with prayer. That is my first thing, even though I may be going, oh God, it's morning. I say, good morning, God. Because when I'm in alignment, everything else seems to fall into place. And even when things fall out of place, I take steps back to that alignment. You know, this month we are exploring this topic of good to great to grand. And isn't it challenging to go, I have to let go of something good and great to get to the grand. And sometimes we don't want to go. I don't want to let go. Wait a minute. Call the ambulance. Because we get hooked. We get stuck in a rut. It happens. But we need to remember who we are. We are not here to settle. We are here to move forward. The only way we're going to prosper is to let go of what we thought we were yesterday. Change your thinking. Change your life. By exploring our inner landscape, we learn to take stock of where we are in our own process, what values we aspire to, and how we can change those in new and profound ways to get to where we want to be. And sometimes we have to take baby steps, or baby hops, if you will. Or we wheel ourselves into the next plane of existence. But we need to take certain mental steps. If we were going to just jump quantum leap into our greatest grand experience, we might miss something along the way. And it is in those baby steps that we grow incrementally. We don't just, sometimes we do. You ever had a quantum leap where all of a sudden, like, oh, aha moment? I had this when I realized that the term peace of mind was not a little piece of a mind. It's peace of mind. And I didn't realize that. Growing up, I thought, how many pieces of mind are there? And are there enough to go around? Because I sometimes demonstrate dyslexia, which is a wonderful thing. You have a different perspective of life because things mean different things to you. And when I realized that peace of mind meant peace, I had an aha moment. I was like, oh man, peace of mind. Here I've been saying, how many pieces are there? And it's peace within yourself. Be still and know that you are source energy made manifest. You are the light that you've been looking for. You know, we stumble over the roses in our own yard to go buy roses, when we need to turn and look at what we are and what we have. Now, the impact of this process on our collective experience will support this continued vision of a world that works for everyone, where everyone is empowered to express and live authentically. Isn't that what you want? To live an authentic life? So let's explore the steps that we take in the process of self-actualization, from moving from good to great to grand. You notice we didn't go from good to grand. There's that middle step. You know, great. We need to do that. This process involves aligning our thoughts, our actions with our spiritual intention. At some point, you got a spiritual intention and you found yourself here. You didn't just stumble in here, and if you did, you now have a spiritual intention. You were drawn here. There are like-minded people here. There is positivity here. You know, these walls have been saturated for 51 years with positive energy. People drive by and they just like, look at that. I'm going to go in there someday. Not today. But I'm going to go in there someday. Because it's Tuesday night at 10 o'clock and they're not open. But I saw the sign said metaphysical bookstores. So I'll go in there. But you all found yourself in here somehow. Maybe through coming through Unity, maybe from another center, maybe you were unchurched, or maybe you were over-churched somewhere else. or anti-churched from somewhere else. And there's nothing wrong with other centers, other churches. But they're not where I found myself. You know, I went through another heavy transition in my life, and my dad sent me to a spiritual mind center. I was ready to kill myself because of a relationship. And he said, well, before you do, I just have one request. That you go down to your local Science of Mind center and have a session with a practitioner. I'm like, Dad, you're sending me to God? He goes, no, I'm sending you to spirituality. So I said, okay, I'll do that. I'll prove you wrong. And half an hour later, I emerged and I didn't have the desire to kill myself. Something shifted because of what that practitioner said. Something clicked within me and said, there's another way. And here I am, 30 years later, plus. So this baby steps. Now, this was definitely 3 steps back, 2 steps forward for me, because I was going backward. Because there comes a time in your spiritual evolution where you throw caution to the wind and you say, I'm not doing it today. This stuff doesn't work. It's a bunch of hooey. Don't poo-poo the juju. Because all of a sudden, some miracle will happen in your life. Someone will say the right words. You'll watch some commercial and they'll say something, or, you know, the words to the song will all of a sudden make sense, right? So it is in our pursuit of living in harmony with our authentic selves that we activate this expression and move to the next indicated step. You can't jump over a step, or you do go a step back. It's through our self-realization and introspection that we gain this awareness of our values, our passion, and our purpose. Our purpose. What is your purpose? I had a supervisor that was very analytical. What is your function? What is my function? Yeah, it sounds like Star Trek. What is your function? Why are you here? What is your duty? I was like, I don't know, answer the phone? Well, look at your job title and it will... But what is your... Why did you manifest? To party? I mean, that's part of it, but don't overindulge. Save yourself for the after party, because that's where the real party is. And there's always another after party, so don't overindulge. Moderation is the key. With clear spiritual intention, we set a course for our personal growth and expansive self-discovery. To live from this space goes beyond mere contemplation, and it requires active engagement and activation of our authentic self. Now, you may not know that that self is waiting inside you. It's a sleeping giant. And once you activate that and you get your bloated nothingness out of the way so the divine circuits can flow, as Janice had in her opening, we begin to pray without ceasing. Do you know that everything you think and every word you say is a prayer? If you've formally gone through the 5 steps of treatment or not. When you say, oh, I can't do that, the universe goes, oh, let me show you how you can't do that. The universe always says yes. So be careful what you're affirming. I can do that. The universe says, yes, let me show you how you can. Let me, please give it to me, because me of myself, I am nothing. But when I step into the energy that created me, I am everything. But see, my mind wants to do it. I think that I'm it. And I am. But I'm not all that it is. From a science of mind perspective, living from our values is viewed as an ongoing process, a spiritual evolution rather than a motionless destination. You are always taking steps every day. 5 steps of treatment. We walk through those 5 steps. 5 steps are, there is a power. God is. Number 2, unification. You are part of it. You are unified as the power in form. You're not all that it is, but all you are is it. And then the 3rd step, realization. What are you asking? What do you want? And it falls under the 4 main categories: health, abundance, relationships, creative self-expression. Or a variety of those things. You can put them into one of those. But what's yours? What are you working with today? Think of the solution, not the challenge. And the 4th step is giving thanks. That it's already done. When you affirm that the miracle has already happened, the universe gets very busy rearranging itself because you believe it's so. And the last step is release and let go. If you hang on to it, it can't do its miraculous work. You must let go and let source energy, God, or whatever you want to call it, do the work. You don't take your car to the mechanic and sit in the car while they're working on it. They're like, no, our insurance won't let you do it. Get out of the car. Get out of you want me to fix it? It's like having a broken toy, and you offer it to your parent or your guardian, say, fix this, but I'm going to hold it while you fix it. No, you must give it over. I'm going to take it to my workshop where I'm going to fix that little light that's out and bring it back to you anew. But you must let go. If you don't let go, start step 1 all over again. And the powerful steps in treatment are the first 2 steps. Knowing that source energy exists, God, Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it, it's your business. And that you are it in form, that you are unified as it. Everything else will flow from there. Sometimes when I'm in crisis, that's my treatment. God is, I am. God is, I am. Sometimes I do a walking treatment. God is, I am. Ernest Holmes wrote, the ultimate goal of life does not mean that we shall ever arrive at a spiritual destination where everything remains static and inactive. That which to our present understanding seems an ultimate goal will, when attained, be but the starting point for a new and further evolution. Ernest Holmes. Every plateau, every vista, every mountaintop is so you can see the next mountaintop. Don't stop. Now you may want to rest there so you can get a good vantage point for your next indicated step. And then step back into the valley of the shadow where you shall fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. What is your rod and your staff? Your knowledge, your treatment work, your prayer, your visioning, your inner work. Your rod and your staff are what protect you from the elements. Now, just because you're a religious scientist doesn't mean that you're not going to have life happen to you. But when it does, you're already prayed up. You're already protected. You know exactly what to do and how to handle this. You turn it over to the infinite. You golden key it. You give it the golden key. Emmett Fox, golden key. If you can think about what you believe source energy is instead of the challenge, whatever it is, it will handle it. But see, when we worry and we think, oh, this is how I'm going to figure this thing out. Hey, if I just move this over there, and if I talk to this person. Stop. Alignment first. See, we get in trouble, and then we seek alignment. Oh, I better get a workshop or a book. I'm out of alignment. No, seek alignment first. And everything else will be added unto that. In essence, what we may perceive as the ultimate goal in our present understanding is merely the beginning of a new and deeper level of growth and evolution. Your challenge is not another to be met in another person or another way of handling it. It's a new level of discovery to be found within yourself. You know, we look outside. Oh, something's happening. I better go out and figure it out. No, go within. Go within. Get still. Be still and know. Be still and know. Stop the chatter. Stop thinking. All right, everybody, stop thinking. Now you're thinking about stopping thinking. Because you can't stop thinking. But you can move your thoughts to source energy and think about that instead. That's the solution. Not trying to think of the solution. The solution is source energy. Now we're part of the solution. And everything moves the energy towards your ultimate highest and best good. When we think about how we can manipulate things to make it work, we're part of the manipulation and the challenge. Now this, our minds want to figure it out. Figure it out by thinking of source energy. That's my big thing today. Our journey towards self-actualization and authenticity, supported by our values, is a continuous cycle of expansion and transformation. Our values are the guiding principles that align us with the universal intelligence. So are you in alignment? You made it here today. You're on, you have taken the next indicated step. You're doing step work, if you know it or not. Even if you intentionally do it or not, we are all taking baby steps towards our ultimate highest and best good. By consciously living from that space, we open ourselves to a greater understanding of our divine nature. We are all interconnected with all of life. And when we put our attention on our interconnectedness, we activate it. See, the infinite won't just come in because you have free will. It's waiting for our recognition and ask. I am open to my angels and guides activating this situation in a way to handle this for the infinite highest and best of all. And when you activate that energy, whatever you believe about angels or guides or whatever, you've never been alone here. The infinite is waiting in quiet repose for your acknowledgement of it. All you have to say is, yes, I'm in alignment, and I activate the energy of love right here, right now. Just think about love. Just look at the flowers and love it. While you're looking at that beautiful rose, you're thinking about the rose, not about your challenge. You know why we love looking at roses? You know what it is in the rose that we love to look at? Or in flowers or whatever floats your boat? is because there's a part in you that resonates with it. And it activates that love. And we have that reciprocation of love and beauty and gratitude. Oh man, I got the good bumps. Whew. All right, back on track here. Shooting from the hip today. Being in alignment with Spirit not only enhances our own self-awareness and authenticity, but also provides a roadmap for navigating the world around us, indicating what our next steps should be. And when we're operating from a spiritual space of alignment, our actions are congruent with our authentic self and the impact that we wish to have in this thing called life. By continuously seeking spiritual alignment, energetic alignment, we're all energy, emotion, energy and motion, we embark on a transformative journey that harmonizes both our inner and our outer worlds. When you're in harmony with that, you're in the zone, man. You're just floating along like, ooh, wow. When the music is playing you, and then you realize it, that's when you fall. Oh, 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 oh. You got to stay there. Let the wind fill your sails and just enjoy the ride. Don't question how it's working. Just go, you know what? Everything is happening for my highest and best today. Whatever it is a blessing today. Whatever it is. Let music fly out of the dog too, as they say. Because when we see it in that way, it's not something to be stepped in. It's something to be stepped over. So in conclusion, what's your next indicated self towards self-actualization? You got here today. Spiritual self-actualization requires the interplay of alignment, intention, and activation. And right here and right now, I'm activating it with and for you if you're open to that. Are you ready to activate? Are you ready to flip the switch from off to on? Get turned on, man. No, I don't mean sensually. I mean, get turned on to spirit, man. Take that next indicated step. Be in the zone. What if you lived in that zone? I think it, I feel it, and I know it. I think it, I feel it, and I know it. Alignment involves connecting with our inner true self and identifying our core values, allowing us to live in harmony with our authentic nature. We were put here to be that. Everything else that's distracting you is just minutia. It's just what got you here. Let it go, man. As we align our thoughts, beliefs, and actions with our values, we create a sense of unity and congruence. Intention acts as that driving force behind our actions. Yes, the ultimate goal is connection. We set clear, direct, tangible goals for our choices and actions, and we take little baby steps to get there. But we keep moving, even if we get knocked down. Get ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and start all over again. It allows us to create a life filled with meaning and purpose. However, true self-actualization goes beyond just intention. It requires that activation. Activate it. Throw the switch in your mind. Are you on, or are you part of the challenge? Activation involves translating our values and intentions into real-life action consistently embodying them in our daily lives. It's not something we do once and then, oh, we're on, okay, we're good forever. No. It's just like quitting smoking or drinking or anything. You've got to make a daily choice. Because my mind, set to its own devices, will lead me into crazy, unhinged places. Unhinged. I'm unhinged, baby. But when I'm aligned, I am completely hinged and swing properly. It is through intentional action that we bring our values to life, transforming them from abstract concepts into life experiences. You did something right. You got yourself here today. This is the beginning of your new experience. Look, we are living in some crazy times. But you know what? Know why we're living in them? Because we're the light workers that are making the changes. We are the people that hold the light high so that other people can see their way. God bless everyone that's stumbling. We must help our brother and sisters up. Now, this doesn't mean that if somebody's drowning and you don't know how to swim, you jump in the water with them. It means you send them a life preserver or go find help. You don't just walk on and go, well, I hope they work it out. I mean, you know, God works it out. By aligning and setting clear intentions and activating our values, we embark on a transformative journey towards that self-actualization, allowing our values to guide and shape our path, to authentically realize our highest potential. These are the next indicated steps to take. So it is. From the canine world. So it's time for us to follow our teaching and go within. So I invite you to close your eyes or take a soft focus on the beautiful flowers and feel the beauty that you are within them. And remember that there is a power. Call it Christ consciousness, Jesus, the Christ, Allah, Buddha, Source, Great Spirit. Something is animating everything it is. And as we unify our consciousness as it, we activate those guides, guardians, angels, and divine energy of movement that guides the stars, causes the sun to shine, grows the grass, leaves the trees, breathes our body, beats our heart, and is the healing nature in each one of us right here and right now. That healing has now been activated and is moving through each one of our bodies, each one of the bodies of our affairs, and moving us into a higher realization of eternal bliss. I may not know what you're walking through, but I know God does. And as we turn our attention to the solution, to the realization that something is happening towards our positive transformation, we become the solution. New ideas are presented to us. New connections are made. New cells are generated in our body for perfect healing, wholeness, and health. It has been activated and is now moving in your experience as who and what you are, if you are open to that. As we breathe in the healing and love of this experience, it is easy to be grateful for the miraculous, thriving energy of who and what you truly are. You are a miracle made manifest, and you are blessed. And we take full advantage of that blessing by giving it away, by loving as best we can. by loving ourselves, and loving ourselves so much that it overflows into the world of form, into everything that we touch, every idea that we have, every feeling nature is about love. Turning away from what doesn't work is not to deny it, but not to give it any more of our energy. We take our power back in this moment. We let go. We release this into the living, loving law of mind where it is transformed by the renewing of our mind. And we emerge resplendent, divinely guided as we take that next indicated step towards the love that we are. How good it is to know that we are on the right path. For we love at depth. Something wonderful is happening. And we let it be so as we affirm it together by saying, so it is. Amen. I'd like to invite our musicians up so that we can do our offertory. So we are going to do our prosperity affirmation together. If you'd like to take your gift and put it on your heart, or put your hand on your heart if that's what you're offering today, we will recite this together. Knowing that I cannot outgive my higher power, it is easy to give freely and joyously, and so it is.
So we think about abundance as coming to us, but what this is more in line with what Reverend Steve was talking about, of abundance flowing from us as well. More than ever I imagined, greater than we could have known. So much richer is the harvest when the seeds that we have sown come from love freely given, without compromise, when we are grounded in the Spirit, and we cast the fears aside and believe. When we believe, we will receive full abundance in our lives. So I will live my life abundantly. From this moment I will start to share the good that I can be with the power of a heart. I will live each day in thankfulness. I will let the Spirit shine, and I'll believe. Oh, I believe. I will believe. I will believe. I will receive. we will receive full abundance in our lives.
Frank? So, from these gifts of spirit, these tithes and gifts have been collected, and they are evidence in this physical world of our ability to manifest in this world of form. And they do good work in the world. They have blessed the giver, and they bless the receiver. And they allow this, the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living, to be open and available for those who are choosing to remember who they are, and for those who may not know it yet. And for that, this community thrives with abundance and love. And we are all blessed because of it as we give great thanks. And so it is. Amen. And now it's time for our closing song. If you'd like to stand.
All right.
Now, there are a lot of words up there, so don't worry about it.
Right.
If
If
you want to
join in
sing
on
them
the
all,
chorus
you
part.
can sing them all. If you
Yeah.
want to just sing,
On
at
the
the end, we're going to be singing, we're going to take it day by day. And it's a shortened version of one of my songs, which will tell you how many words there are in the whole song.
Okay, there we go.
But this is the baby step song. Don't you waste your time worrying about what you're in here. Just open up your heart and let's take it day by day. 'Cause life is full enough. We'll be worrying about another year. Just open up your heart and let's take it day by day.
Here we
And
go
you will
now.
find that there are people all around you who are just like you. They've been waiting to
Waiting
open up their hearts and sing. And when you sing it from the heart, you will always know your part.
soon
You hear the harmony. It's a part of you. It's a part of me. We are part of everything we see. So don't you waste your time worrying about what you're doing here. 'Cause we're all here for love. We're gonna take it day by day. And there's so much to do. I'd be sitting waiting for some other year. Open up your heart and we'll take it day by day. We're gonna take it day by day.
Every little step,
Day by day.
will bring us closer.
Day by day.
Woohoo!
We're gonna take it day by day. Once more and a
Day by day.
day.
Everybody now,
Day by day.
We make it better.
Day by day. We're gonna take it
day by day.
For our benediction, please repeat after me, if you will. Something wonderful is happening right now.
Something wonderful is happening right now.
It's happening in my mind. It's happening in my body. It's happening in the body of my affairs. I think it. I feel it. And I know it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Have an awesome week, everybody. God bless.